Asolo Rep is getting ready to open its new season with the blockbuster musical Evita. Our guest host, Michael Donald Edwards, is also the producing artistic director at the Asolo, and he's here to tell us how the preparations are going. Michael, it opens in 2 months.
I can't believe it. So much work has been done on this. It's going to be the biggest show we've ever produced, a cast of 29, 12 musicians, a huge, gorgeous production designed by Paul DePoo, who's about to go to Broadway with Titanic. Wow. He also did Josephine for us last year. Directed by Josh Rhodes, amazing director-choreographer who had Bright Star on Broadway last season. Cinderella was his. And he's done many, many shows for us. So you're looking at the costume shop.
That was
preparation.
An amazing dress.
Amazing series of costumes.
Wow.
All her clothes inspired by Christian Dior. Brian Hemmerseth is doing these. He's the resident designer for Saturday Night Live. And he also did Honeymoon in Las Vegas on Broadway. I'm an extraordinarily talented designer. And he did Guys and Dolls for us last season. So he's back. The shop is full bore. An amazing series of clothes for her. The biggest chunk of our costume budget is in her clothes. Okay. Because that was part of her identity, her transition from being a young woman in a little village outside Buenos Aires to being the First Lady of Buenos Aires and becoming a kind of international, iconic woman of the middle of the 20th century. A lot of it was done through her awareness of finding power in the Dior suit. Isn't that an interesting idea?
You told us when you were here before you were really blown away by this actress.
She's fantastic. Anna Isabel, she's a Puerto Rican pop star. This is really her American debut as a major theatrical performer. We brought her down here to do a photo shoot. She's going to be on the cover of one of the magazines. I can't remember which one. Look at her.
Oh,
I mean, she's
beautiful.
She's absolutely
She looks
stunning.
like Evita.
She looks like Evita. Well, the wig helps. The
lips, yeah,
the wig does help.
lips
But
too.
she has got, the voice is amazing. She's been in training like an elite athlete. And just like Evita, I mean, I was pretty upset about this. She decided to fly home immediately before the hurricane hit in Puerto Rico. She wanted to be with her family.
Wait, she went to the hurricane to be with her family?
She went into the hurricane.
Oh
She went into the hurricane. And she's a family girl. Oh, she's very well known in Puerto Rico, and she wanted to be part of fundraising and working towards rebuilding the society. She's we've been in communication, though. She'll be back on the 3rd and the 6th. Here she is. Look at her. She's there. She is doing getting out and being a presence.
What a
That's what Evita would have done.
Exactly.
That's exactly what Evita would have done. I mean, I just love you. You will love her, guys. I mean, she is a pistol. And beautiful.
And good at cutting down trees.
And good at cutting down trees. It's like, but we went out to dinner before I went to Europe, before I went to Buenos Aires, and she wanted to come with me, and she said, I said, you have to go. So we helped organize a trip in Buenos Aires for a week. She met some people down there and got to do everything that she needed to do. Her preparation has been amazing, and when she hits town, you're all going to know. You have to have her on the show.
Oh, I can't wait to meet her. We can't wait to meet her.
Yeah, but the other thing, the voice is truly astonishing. It's astonishing, and we had lots of conversation about it. There were 4 notes that she felt she did not confidently have in the show. She went through the score very carefully. 6 months she prepared before she came into audition for us, so that she had those notes. I mean, they are. I mean, some of the. Patti LuPone famously said this score was written by a man who hates women. And that because the notes are so high and so challenging. And we said, no, what this score does, this is a woman who finds her voice, and only a woman can sing those notes and sing them at that pitch.
Well,
so I think it's got a lot going on. Isn't it exciting?
You picked thousands, didn't you?
Well, we auditioned with about 2,000 people for the show, but not thousands of Evitas. But we did have some really, really strong choices, some of whom had done it before, very experienced, and could sing it. But she came in and she just had this believable, youthful passion that Evita must have had. I mean, she was First Lady by the time she was 26. Yeah. She was dead at 33. So when someone comes in who's 40, it just doesn't have that that kind of heartbreaking, passionate vulnerability of a young woman.
Well, what can we do to help Puerto Rico? It seems her heart is really with her family and her country, so maybe Sarasota could get involved.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are, I mean, we do have information, it's coming up on your screen right now, Unidos for Puerto Rico, and there's like with many hurricane victims. I mean, we are working not only with Puerto Rico, but I mean one of our major sister theaters in Houston, the Alley. They just completed a $46 million renovation, completely swamped with water. So we're helping them out too. But it's an extraordinary opportunity. She's an inspiring figure.
The extraordinary opportunity too is to see Evita, and single show tickets online for Evita are available at the Asolo Rep starting on Friday, September 29th, and by phone on October 2nd. Next, viewers are worried about seeing me in the kitchen. I have a few answers to their worries.